ดีค่ะ and good evening and welcome to Thai PBS World Tonight. I'm Nat Buna.
I'm Tulip Nak Sompop Lao.
We'll begin the program with the latest on the COVID-19 situation in Thailand, and there are 97 new infections recorded today, and among them are 92 local transmissions as well as 5 imported cases. And among the new infections today, Bangkok found the highest number of new infections with 65 cases, where 44 of them were found through proactive screening. 50 new infections were also found in Sukhothai today, including 12 cases in other provinces. And as for the imported cases, 2 came back from the United States, 1 each from Sweden and Turkey, and there's also 1 from Malaysia who entered Thailand through illegal border crossings. The cumulative infections as of today are 28,443, with 73 new recoveries and 1,405 still receiving treatment in hospitals. No new deaths being recorded today, therefore the death toll remains at 92. So that's the latest figures from the CCSA that has been announced today.
So now let's focus a little bit on Bangkok. Bangkok has been doing the 2,394 screening of people in Bangkok district, and they found 56 new infections. So far they have already screened over 30,000 people, where 536 tested positive. Therefore, 27,000 tested negative, and there are another 2,540 people waiting for the results. The Bangkok Metropolitan Administration, or BMA, has urged the citizens to protect themselves from getting infected by strictly complying with the preventive measures, such as wearing face masks, washing their hands frequently, and practicing social distancing. So far, 8,321 people have been inoculated yesterday, bringing the total in Bangkok to bringing the total number of people get inoculated to over 44,000. Meanwhile, let's talk about vaccine. In Thailand, we have been talking about AstraZeneca, we have been talking about Sinovac, and there was a news that Johnson & Johnson was sending in documents to Thai Food and Drug Administration. So today, we heard the news from Food and Drug Administration that they have approved COVID-19 vaccines by Johnson & Johnson, while the vaccine from Biotech are still in the process of submitting the necessary documents. The FDA has confirmed again that private sectors are welcome to propose the COVID-19 vaccines to be registered so that people will have access to them. So talking about Johnson & Johnson a little bit, Johnson & Johnson is, the difference of this is that it's a single shot vaccination. Yep. While AstraZeneca and Sinovac that we are using right now in Thailand, you have to do 2 shots, like 3 or 4 weeks apart from each other. But Johnson & Johnson sounds a little simpler with 1 shot. But we haven't heard much about side effects and things like that. I think they're on the newcomer side of when we talk about news of vaccine. And in the related news, expert of the World Health Organization said that pregnant women can be inoculated with COVID-19 vaccines approved by the WHO, as the vaccine testing has not shown evidence that such vaccines will harm pregnant women. They also revealed that pregnant women in the high-risk group, such as medical personnel or with congenital diseases such as diabetes, should be vaccinated with vaccines from AstraZeneca, Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, BioNTech, and Moderna. Now let's take a listen at some of the conversation from the expert of the WHO.
And at this point, we have very little data to assess safety of these vaccines in pregnancy. However, based on what we know about the kinds of vaccines that are available, many of them being mRNA vaccines, there is no specific reason to believe that there would be safety concerns from vaccination for pregnant women. So based on this, those pregnant women who are at high risk of exposure to SARS-CoV-2, for example, healthcare workers, or who have complications or comorbidities, for example, diabetes or hypertension, which add to their risk of severe disease if they were to contract the COVID, then they may be vaccinated if they choose to do so. And again, in consultation with their healthcare provider to make an informed decision about this.
So they usually regularly have like Q&A session that they do broadcast through their YouTube channel. So if you want to know more about the topics, especially something related to COVID-19, you can check out their channel, the WHO or World Health Organization on YouTube.
And now let's move on to some lighter news, but still related to COVID-19. Try and imagine having dinner with dinosaurs at sunset.
Okay.
Okay, it might sound a little bit weird.
Oh, I don't see dinosaur. Oh, there's a little bit.
There is one dinosaur over there, but you can feel that there's some sort of camping feel.
Right. Right.
And this actually happens in Sukhothai province, and they sort of make it like a reality to have barbecue with the dinosaurs. So this Sabai hotel, which is located near Sukhothai airport, has revamped itself into an outdoor barbecue restaurant with large dinosaur models. That is like a way to alleviate itself from the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. The hotel manager revealed that their staff came up with ways to bring in more income as the number of visitors have been decreasing because of the COVID-19 pandemic. But they noticed that children love to take pictures with the dinosaurs in the hotel garden. So they decided to create a camping-style outdoor restaurant using the existing materials that they already have in the hotel, along with these large dinosaurs. And the restaurant attracted many locals, which the manager thinks it's a good way to advertise the Sabai hotel, as many customers ask them for more details of the hotel as well.
It's kind of look relaxing, having dinner with dinosaur.
And it's perfect for families because I'm pretty sure that many kids love dinosaurs, but really some of them may not like dinosaurs because they seem to be large and creepy.
If it can move, it might scare some children.
Right.
There were I think in Lumpini Park a couple years back that they had some dinosaur exhibition from one of the museum in Thailand, and the dinosaur can actually move. Yeah. And it scares some children, including mine. He's like, dinosaur! And then it started moving, it's like, no.
But the thing is, like, although dinosaurs are extinct so for so many decades, so many like 100 centuries and millenniums, all these things, but we gotta say that dinosaurs has always been part of the textbooks at schools.
It's like a what's it called, Earth fascination kind of
sort of thing, despite that they've been extinct like so long ago, but it's always some sort of mystery, like how they became extinct and what actually happened during the dinosaur times with all the fossils and all these things. And it's still quite fascinating when people try to like find more information and discover more about things that we don't know about the dinosaur world.
Well, let's move on to another news. This is not directly related to COVID-19, but I think somewhat related. Because during this COVID-19, medical supplies is something kind of shortage in some country at first. Now it's in a better situation. We're not talking about just face masks, we're talking about gloves, PPE suit and all that things. So today we got the news from Food and Drug Administration and also from the Crime Suppression Division that they're able to confiscate medical gloves, packaging and production equipment of these gloves that worth some 500 million baht in Pathum Thani province, just north of Bangkok. The officials were notified of an alleged medical glove scam, which promised to manufacture large quantities of gloves for export. Their clients were required to pay 40 to 50 million baht each in advance. Some of them, however, never received their shipments, and some exported gloves failed quality checks and at the destination country. So Thailand's Food and Drug Administration and the police, the Crime Suppression Division, stated that the factory staff were found packaging gloves at the time of the raid. The officials were able to confiscate 14,380 boxes of the gloves brand SkyMed in the boxes. And there are another 20 boxes of other brands, 18 million gloves waiting to be packed, 68,000 empty branded boxes, 9,500 other cardboard boxes and related production equipment, all estimated to be worth about 500 million baht. Officials said that the allegedly illegal gloves manufacturer will be charged with the violations of the Medical Equipment Act for allegedly manufacturing without a license and allegedly producing and selling counterfeit medical equipment, which are subject to 10 years in prison and or fine up to 1 million baht or both.
We gotta say that there have been many incidents like this in Thailand because of the COVID-19 pandemic, and people are searching for large amounts of medical gloves, either for export or for personal use. And it's sad to hear that many of the criminals decided to take advantage of these people, especially during a crisis like this.
I think not too long ago we see news of some, I would say, homemade factory was trying to dye the used glove and make it look new and repackaging it for sale. That was pretty bad.
I know, right? And there have been many cases like this as well. And now let's move on to Thai politics. There's one MP that has always been in the news for so long. That is Pareena Kraikup, who is the MP of Palang Pracharat Party. And recently, the Supreme Court has ordered her to stop performing her duty as a legislator from today over her charges of forest land encroachment. The Criminal Division for Political Office Holders of the Supreme Court has ordered Palang Pracharat MP Pareena Kraikup to stop performing her duties as a legislator from today. The order came after the court agreed to accept a petition from the National Anti-Corruption Commission, or the NACC, for the court to consider its allegation that Pareena had committed a gross violation of ethical conduct by encroaching on forest reserves in Ratchaburi province, which is her hometown. The suspension of duty is in line with the organic law, which states that an MP must stop performing his or her duty as an MP after the court accepts a case in which an MP is accused of a gross violation of ethical conduct. Pareena asked the court to allow her to continue to perform her MP duties, claiming that she had already returned the land on which she had allegedly encroached to the state, but the court rejected her petition. The rules of ethical conduct specify that an MP must not commit any act which could be deemed to create a conflict of interest causing damage to the dignity of a legislator. In February last year, the NACC found Pareena had encroached on forest reserves as charged by the police's Natural Resources and Environmental Crime Division. Meanwhile, the Director General of the Royal Forest Department, Adisorn Nutdamrong, talked to Thai PBS today that they have been informed about Pareena's case. When being asked whether there are other politicians who also encroach on forest reserves, the Director General revealed that they have received a number of complaints. So from now on, the Royal Forest Department will set up a committee to investigate this matter. Pareena is actually not the only MP who is being investigated on this issue. Previously, there have been reports that the NACC is investigating 13 MPs, both government MPs and opposition MPs, for allegedly encroaching on forest reserves as well. So we can see that there are so many politicians involved in such acts here.
Hopefully this is a good cleanup.
Definitely. And hopefully the chicken farm saga will be over very soon.
Yeah, I mean, this encroachment into the national park, we see that some people build a house, a resort, different kind of thing, not just a farm. So hopefully, eventually, it will be all cleaned up and cleared.
And we can see that the NACC is definitely doing its job here after they received a lot of complaints that there are many politicians involved in such acts as well.
Okay, and that's all the news we have for you in this edition of Thai PBS World Tonight. If you want to know more about anything that happens in Thailand, hard news, soft news, something more relaxing or casual, or something very serious, in-depth analysis and such, you can check out our website at www.thaipbsworld.com, and you can also check our Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, TikTok. No, not WhatsApp.
We don't have WhatsApp.
We don't have TikTok and Instagram. What? And YouTube. So just check out all those social media that you feel comfortable with. You will find us there.
And that wraps up tonight's edition of Thai PBS World Tonight. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. สวัสดี
สวัสดี
ค่ะ
ค่ะ